Hey everyone, I just wanted to get up on here real quick and so I went live a couple days ago. I ended up taking it down for now so I could redo it. There's a lot of things that it's a long day for me. I should have just recorded it like I had initially planned. I missed a lot of stuff that I wanted to talk about, but one thing I did want to mention was, so looking at that Daniel verse, is it 12:11, I think, 12:10, somewhere in there, that after the abomination of desolation, the abomination that causes desolation set up, right? Set up being the key word, there shall be 1,290 days. That 1,290 days, now, set up as being the key word here. So if we look at May 14th, 2018, that is when Trump moved the capital, declared the capital of Israel to be Jerusalem and moved the U.S. embassy there, among a lot of pressure and pushback from the UN and from the UN, all other countries are involved in there, but if we count 1,290 days from that day, you come to November 23rd. Or you come to the 24th. November 23rd being Biden's 75-day window to comply with the Jews. Say it that way. We also know, right, there's going to be a falling away, and the man of sin is going to be revealed. I don't know if you guys are following the COP26 conference. And no one brought this up. I'm going to mention this in the video that I redo, but no one brought this up. I'm sure many of you have seen the UN commercial trailer for the COP conference, and how it's a dinosaur or a reptile or a lizard or a serpent, and Obama happens to be addressing and being the head speaker. I thought that was interesting. We know that the Antichrist, whoever it may be, is going to give 10 kings or 9 kings. I got to read that specific scripture. I don't know if it's 9 plus him makes 10 or 10 more. I think 9 plus him. So either way, kings to rule with him for 1 hour, right? I've yet to watch it. I saw Steve Fletcher had posted a video about, I believe it's Steve Fletcher. Maybe it was Wallytron 101. About old man choosing his 10 kings at the COP conference. So we'll see what he's got to say about that. I don't know. But anyways, right, so we're coming to the 23rd, 24th time frame. We got that scripture in Zechariah, about the red horse and the myrtle trees, basically kind of talking about judgment, leading into judgment, right? This year marks the 400-year anniversary from the very first Thanksgiving celebration in 1621. Right? Abraham's told his seed will be in a country, far off for 400 years. said it in the video, Informed Christians did a couple videos, I believe, about the 400 years and the 440 years. So go and check that out. But I found it interesting as well that the original Thanksgiving was a 3-day celebration. You know, it also talks about in Amos 8 that he will put an end to our feast days. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be fulfilled again, but it could be, and that is feast day, right? That's part of it. Thanksgiving is right there. Let's see. Been told over and over again by the media, right, that get your Christmas gifts now, buy them now, right? Push that stock market one more time. Get them now, get them now. There's not going to be supplies for Christmas or really for Black Friday. I think maybe this whole, you already see store shelves being emptied. And, what's going to happen on Black Friday when people go shopping and there's no pallets lining the aisleways for them, and there's limited stuff, or there's no like big sale deals, or I wonder if stores are even going to have it. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. The COP conference ends the 13th, or ends the 12th, 13th. Kind of depends on which article you read, really. It can be looked at either way, I suppose. You got a 10-day window there, right? We're told, right, at least one of the churches is going to suffer persecution for 10 days, tribulation for 10 days. And I've thought about it. It has to be, I think it almost has to be 10 days and not, like 10 years, right? I just can't see how 10 years would be fitting. I think it really does. It's a legitimate 10 days. So whether that is September, we're in November 13th through the 23rd, or the 23rd to December 3rd, or some other time, I think it's going to be a legitimate 10 days. Now, right, we got the 13th to the 23rd is the 10-day count, but we also have from the 23rd to December 3rd being a 10-day count as well. Which happens to be in, among other things, right in the middle of Hanukkah. Right in the midst of the week. Hanukkah being a separate, or a second tabernacle event. So what's interesting about December 3rd, right, is December 3rd is that we're told immediately after the tribulation of those days, right, tribulation, not great tribulation, and we're told that one of the churches will suffer tribulation for 10 days. Only 10 days. Right, so immediately after the tribulation of those days, the sun will be darkened, the moon won't give its light, and the stars of heaven will fall. Well, like I said, right, December 4th, we have all three of those events occurring. Total solar eclipse. This is one of the things I wanted to bring up during the live that I forgot about, and one of the reasons I got to redo it. We have total solar eclipse. Obviously, there's a new moon at that time. Moon's not giving its light. It's the start of the Geminoid meteor shower. Now, if you go to Torah calendar and you look up the readings for that day, right? One, it's the end of something. It's the end of, one could say the end of the age, right? The end of the tribulation of those days. But if you go into that and you read, this is so fitting, right? You go into that and you read the Torah portion. It's Genesis 44, I believe. But it's talking about the Pharaoh's dream and the 7 good years and the 7 bad years. Like we're ending the 7. I've brought it up before, and I know other people have as well. But when those cows were seen in 2014, around, I think it was like a 5-day window around Feast of Trumpets or Feast of Tabernacles. Oh, Feast of Tabernacles. I wonder if it was it Feast of No, it was Feast of Tabernacles. Right? Ooh, I'm going to have to double check that. If it's Feast of Tabernacles, that's exciting because it's December 3rd or December 4th would literally be in the middle of the second tabernacle event, Hanukkah. That's crazy. Also, we got the blood moon tetrad, right? It's been 7 years since then. Right? We very clearly can see that we're going into not necessarily 7 years, but we're going into a famine. We're going into food shortages. We're going into hyperinflation. Or, at the very least, inflation for now. According to the Bible, it's going to be hyperinflation. Which is going to be really, it's going to happen. The writing's on the wall already, guys. I know most of you can see that. So yeah, check out the Torah portion for December 4th and look into that. It's interesting. Now, what's really interesting too, and I wanted to bring this up and I didn't. So there's a piece of scripture that's always kind of been stuck in my head, the back of my head, right? We're told that Jesus or God will shorten the days for the elect's sake, otherwise no flesh would be survived. Now, everyone who has their timelines, which, fine, you want to put up timelines, and I enjoy looking and searching and trying to figure out the days and the times, right? God gave us numbers and calendar dates and day count, right? For specific reasons, right? He told the Jews the first time he was coming to the day, right? Now I'm not going to get into no man knows the day or the hour thing right now. I think most of us know that there's different events going on in the end times, and then that may not be in reference to what we'll say the church thinks it's in reference to. Or it could be, right? I think a lot of the time, God puts it on our heart to try and figure out these days and numbers, and just to get us involved in learning and researching and being in His Word and spending time with Him. And that's how I look at it. I don't ever expect to be right. Unfortunately, a lot of watchmen do. And I've been down that road, and I was incredibly humbled by it from, April. April was my humbling experience. Anyways, what's her name? The Rapture Puzzle. I forget her name. You guys like watching where I'm driving? I forgot my little stand. So that's my bad. It's in the work truck. Oh well. the rapture puzzle. Now, she's been really the only person I've heard actually not completely ignore the scripture that says he will shorten the days, right? Now, well, before I get into that, how long is this? Oops. I paused the video. Or I stopped it. Now I had to start it again. Alright, before I get into that, I know most of us have either seen or listened to, watched or listened to other people's, sometimes it's hard to really grasp what's going to take place during God's wrath. Let's call it for what it is. And I've listened to a couple videos or visions people have had about the end, and I don't think a lot of people, I'm talking about people, not just Christians, I mean normal people don't have no idea, right? Normal, I call them normal. Worldly people, I guess it's normal in the world's eyes, the majority eyes, right? Worldly people, even Christians, and even people who are watching videos like this, and other watchmen, and are aware of the times and the seasons, and I don't think people are truly, right, and this goes for myself too, truly aware of how bad it's going to be. Like, yeah. A Minute to Midnight, it posted, Paul and Adrianson posted a video a long time ago, not a long time ago, maybe a month ago or so, a month and a half, maybe, about a kid who was having a vision before he was saved, open vision, and I mean, people are going, like, I won't get into it, but I mean, it's going to be really, really, really bad. I mean, just the only look how bad it is now. Imagine God lifting his hand. There's going to be full-on lawlessness, hell on earth, literal hell on earth. People will be killing just for the fun of it, right? The Purge, just what these Purge movies have been about. Cannibalism, right? I mean, food shortage. There ain't gonna be any shipping. The whole world's gonna shut down, like, and legitimate shutdown. People are gonna go around killing and eating other people. Anything that moves. Volcanoes, just lava everywhere. Can't breathe because of the ash in the air. I mean, you guys seen those pictures of La Palma, where there's literally houses buried, 2-story houses buried in ash. You're talking 30 foot of ash in one area, and that's only been going on for a month. And that's not even that big of a volcano. I mean, it's producing a lot, that's for sure. But the whole size and scope of it, not even producing that much. Guys, this is gonna be bad. Bad. Oh, speaking of volcanoes, I just saw, I gotta watch it, haven't listened to it yet, but apparently the bison are leaving Yellowstone right now. So I don't know what that's about. Well, I do know what that's about. If it's like truly in mass, or if it's just like one herd. We'll see what it says. Anyways, all right, back to December 3rd, 4th. So the rapture puzzle. The only person that hasn't completely ignored that verse where it says God will shorten the days, right? So she's come to the conclusion All right, I gotta hold this. She's come to the conclusion that, and then she shows her work, per se, right? It's not like Common Core math, or it is like Common Core math, I guess. As long as you show your work, you're right. Anyways, she does a good job at it, right? She makes a compelling argument, we'll say it that way. It's not like just spur of the moment kind of thing. Anyways, that the devil's time have been shortened from times and a half times 3.5 years to 35 days. You can see the correlation there, right? And she goes into it further, gives lots of different reasonings why. So it's possible, okay? Now here's what makes it really interesting. From December 4th, the day the stars fall, moon will give its light, sun is darkened, right? After that 10 days from the November 23rd cutoff, the end of the 1290 since the abomination that causes desolation set up, right? If that is what that is. It's an interesting day count that it comes to the same time frame that Biden's talking about, along with all this other stuff, right? You add 35 days, you come to January 8th. Okay, now looking at January 8th, nothing really happens. There's, at least nothing monumental on the Gregorian calendar, or the Hebrew calendar, or the adjusted Hebrew calendar. It's not really an important date, but later on in Daniel, the next verse said, "But blessed is he that cometh to the 13 and 35." So now if we take a 1335 day count from the same day, May 14th, 2018, we come to January 8th. Not saying it is anything, but I think it's interesting, right? That this stuff starts to line up. Now, that being said, usually when you see dates line up perfectly, we forgot something, missed something, don't realize something, God has a different plan, right? That's happened every time. So, but like I said, it's fun. It's, it's the glory of God to conceal a matter, and the glory of kings to search it out. Right? I have fun searching it out. I know it's not for everybody. Some people get disheartened when a day comes and goes, but which is a little bit upsetting. But yeah, you keep going, you keep searching, you keep drawing close to the Lord, right? So, anyways, I just had a couple of those things to bring up, and I'm gonna redo that live stream and go into a couple more things, and hopefully I can get that done. I'm planning on today. It really depends on what time I get off work. Today or tomorrow. It'll be up this week though. So till then, if you don't know Jesus Christ, now's the time to have a personal relationship with him. A personal relationship with him. Personal. Going to church, spending an hour and a half on Sunday listening to a pastor, and then going back to the world Monday through Saturday. That's not a relationship. A relationship's effort. Right? Effort's everything. Don't got to be perfect by any means. But you got to put in effort. So, till then, take care, guys. God bless. Jesus Christ is coming back soon.